MrBeast got engaged. You're going to give MrBeast marriage advice.
Oh my gosh.
MrBeast got engaged.
MrBeast got engaged. That's awesome.
Someone said, so she just had to say yes or no? No challenge or 15 mini games before all of that? He said, the challenge is she now has to spend 80 years with me. Now, Ruslan, I'm curious, what is your advice to this upcoming couple to stay married for 80 years?
They look so sweet together.
Matching pajamas, biggest red flag.
Whoa, why? Why are the matching pajamas a big red flag for you?
Look at grandma in the back.
I think is that his wife? Is that his mom? I think that's MrBeast's mom. Shout out to Mama
maybe
Beast.
she's not grandma yet because she doesn't have any grandkids.
Yeah,
but I'm saying she knows herself. She's like, I do not.
She's like, I'm not participating in these new traditions.
These new traditions, exactly. There you go.
Not participating in these new traditions. Okay, well, first of all, congratulations to MrBeast. I doubt that he's a big fan of us.
You think so?
No, I mean, we've been fairly critical of him and his deconversion and the last couple shindigs he had.
Iron sharpens iron, baby.
Yeah, I don't think he's a huge fan of us. But maybe he is. He may not even know who I am or that I exist. Okay. But
maybe it's a good marriage advice for someone else that just got married.
Yeah. So first of all, congratulations. Second of all, advice number one: don't have a super long engagement. You know
why?
This is unnecessary. Advice number two: make sure you spend more time prepping on your marriage than you are on your wedding. A lot of people are really into the theatrics and pageantry of the wedding day. And the reality is it's just a day.
You got a wedding planner, but not a marriage planner.
You got a wedding planner, but not a marriage planner. And here's the deal. I've known people that have spent 50 bands on a wedding and not make it. And I know folks who went to the courthouse and got married, or maybe even had their pastor get married, just marry them, and are happily married decades later.
Yeah.
So spending a bunch of time on the pageantry of the big day and not spending an equal amount of effort in premarital classes, going to conferences, reading books, just trying to equip yourself is, I think, a huge mistake and a huge rift like too many people make. Here's because the underlying presupposition to all of this is you can learn how to be a good husband organically. Because so much of life we go through, we have to get equipped for. We got to get trained for, right? And the way MrBeast obsessed about becoming the biggest YouTuber ever, the way you have to train to get a driver's license, to get a permit, to get a handyman, what do they call journeyman certification as a plumber or as a builder, right? I think they get all journeyman, right? There's a preparation in every area of life that people have to go through. They have to educate themselves. They have to get equipped. They have to have both hands-on and informational knowledge. And I'm excited to bring you guys our very first 3-day conference called the Bless God Summit, happening March 27th, 28th, 29th in Southern California. And at this conference, we'll have your very own Preston Perry.
Me as an evangelist, I've made it up in my mind that I'm not going to leave people with an excuse not to serve Jesus.
Dr. Sean McDowell.
If there's one thing Christians should care about, it's truth.
Our vision with this conference is to equip, empower, and inspire people to do the work of the ministry that God has for them in this time. And at this conference, we'll have your very own Alan Parr and his wife, Jim Parr.
The number one reason, people want to get divorced because they want to find someone else who can make them happy. Now, what they don't realize, they're chasing the wind.
John McCrae from What Do You Mean?
What you may be shocked, or you may not be shocked to know, is that the majority of Christians in America, they don't know how to articulate the message of the gospel to non-believers.
Lila Rose.
Love and marriage go together, that sex and marriage go together, that sex can bring life into the world, and that's an amazing thing, that's not a bad thing.
Trizzle Fitness.
Most people fail at dieting because they're just trying to lose weight too fast. What are you in such a rush for?
But where a lot of people get stuck is figuring out what it looks like to walk in that. And so these 3 pillars of our conference will be covering everything from apologetics to family in the home and the marketplace, and how you can lean into those 3 pillars to discover your calling on this side of eternity. And marriage and family, arguably the 2 most important things, who you marry and who you have kids with, people assume they're just going to naturally figure out. You didn't naturally figure out how to drive a car. What makes you think you're naturally going to figure out how to be a good husband, how to be a good father?
Yeah. I think there's probably more imminent danger in not learning how to drive a car without in driving a car without instruction.
Well, imminent danger, but not danger to your soul, danger to your mental health. In his case, potentially danger to hit the financial future, the estate, where his business is going to go.
Yeah, very true.
Not to say, those things that's not all that matters in life, but I would highly encourage him to approach this in a way where he's trying to get educated and get himself through some books, preferably some premarital counseling, sit down with someone who can walk you through the things that you're not going to automatically know.
Nice. And then what would you say, maybe they should go to church?
Oh, they should absolutely go to church. They should absolutely go to church. And from my understanding, his mom is still very active in the church. From my understanding, she's still a churchgoer.
Nice.
And I'm sure she would love for them to go back to church. I think that would be huge. And I really do hope that he does go back to church. I think statistically, those are one of the things you can do to hedge your bets against issues in your marriage. Is to have a active, thriving faith life that you practice. And I think that would be huge for him. Is he going to do that? Who knows? You know what I mean? But that would absolutely be a huge thing in the right direction for him.
Nice.
And so, yeah.
Now the question becomes, if he's Mr. Beast, does she become Mrs. Beast or the beauty, and then it's Beauty and the Beast?
Oh, that's kind of interesting.
They should have a little family channel, Beauty and the Beast.
I like it.
It's not a bad idea.
Beauty and the Beast. I wonder if there's a trademark for it.
I don't know. Yeah, probably. I would say I'm really enjoying this topic. I like starting off the year really light.
Okay.
We almost feel like a Rhett and Link, the Good Mythical Morning.
I've never watched a single episode of them prior to them coming out as Deconverted. What advice would you have? You got married 5 years ago?
Yeah,
How many
5
years
years ago.
5 years ago?
5 years ago.
And
I'm 5 years away from actually being able to give advice.
I don't think so. I think you're probably much closer to where he is in your season of life. You guys are about the same age. You got married younger.
We're both billionaires.
No, you're not. What advice would you have to him as someone that's been married a little
shorter?
A little shorter, yeah.
Oh, man. I would say everything you said was phenomenal. I think that's all great. I would say I would second that and say, I don't know, communicate, over communicate. I'm always shocked by how little people talk to their spouses. That's always a big one. We'll just be like sitting at dinner with a couple.
They just don't talk.
And we'll be like, I'll ask him a question that she's like, I didn't know that about you. And I was like, wait, what? Just talk. And then communication. I think that's important. It depends on personality types, but I think communication on erring on the side of caution is always best. Check back in another 5 years.
Check back with Zach Sbrazo in 5 more years. Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think what would they say? The biggest mistake in communication is ever thinking it happened. Most people don't know how to communicate.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you knew what I meant when I said. I thought.
And they don't know how to communicate expectations, and they don't know which battles to let go and which battles to have. That's a huge one in parenting. Like, you got to know which battles, because there's some things you can't and you shouldn't compromise, and other things like, look, dog, it's a kid.
Some things, some things you could just pray about too, and they can kind of resolve themselves. But I like that, communicating expectations too. Yeah, that's good. Because usually it's like, it's not a deal if you just tell them what you're expecting, and then it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Someone said, oh, that's a good one. Shout out to Big Chief. He had actually a really good one. He said, keep the marriage out of the spotlight and off the internet. I'd say I love that my marriage isn't on the spotlight. People don't know what my wife looks like. I think that's a great
thing. You don't want a podcast?
Nope. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Comment down below and let me know what you think. And be sure to check out this video that YouTube is recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.